guys, what up? Maryam here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Natasha Denona new bronze palette and the entire collection, including the bronzer palette and some of the lip gloss Lip-Oh-Phorias. So expect a full, thorough review, some swatches, a verdict at the end, and of course, a look using this entire bronze collection. Let's get to this video. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos. Comments down below. Also, let me know if you want to see a full face using all Natasha Denona products. I've been doing these ultimate guide videos featuring a one brand, and I am yet to do one with Natasha, so let your voice be heard. All right, and now let's get to this video. Natasha Denona, bronze palette and collection. Is she worth it? Let's find out. Okay, so I already did a little unboxing with this collection on my Insta stories the other day, and unfortunately, my palette came in just a little bit crushed. This shade right here, Glooming, a really pretty bronzy shade, but unfortunately it cracked a little bit in shipment, but that doesn't matter because the rest of the palette is still very much intact. So I cleaned it up and it's looking really, really lovely to me. Now this is a $65 palette. These are smaller pan sizes, remember that. So not the original $129 or $125 palette size. This looks like a really, really wearable palette to me. Matte shades, shimmery shades, looks gorgeous. Next up in the collection, we have these three Lip-Oh-Phoria lip balm type of glosses, $26 each. Really, really beautiful shades, very hydrating on the lips. I'm a fan of Natasha Denona's Lip-Oh-Phoria glosses. They're really nice. And these shades are so stunning. I have a feeling they'll go really good with this Lip Bar Straight Lovin' lip liner. And the last thing we have in the collection is the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. Now, before I show you, I will warn you, this palette came in very crushed. Not just a little crushed. One of the shades right here that I was able to kind of pack in back into the pan. This shade here, the Super Glow Nude, was in pieces. But it's still such a soft product that I was able to just press it in with my finger and somehow made it work. So I didn't even use any alcohol for this. So I have a feeling I'll still be able to make it work. Now this is a $55 palette, giant mirror, cool packaging that is signature to Natasha Denona. No other brand has this packaging because this is their signature mold. Unfortunately, might not be fitting for this color. And that is something that I will mention about some Natasha Denona powder products, such as her eyeshadows and some of these powders. They are really, really fine milled, and because they're so finely milled, they sometimes arrive crushed, especially when they're traveling all the way from Israel. All right, well, since I have this product on my finger, I might as well just do some swatches. So let's start with the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. Again, $55. This is the Super Glow Nude highlighter, and it is really, really pretty. Really beautiful, just warm and peachy golden. Ooh, I love that. I love those shades. Next, let's swatch this Super Glow Bronze. A little bit more on the orange side. Ooh, stunning though. Like, literally very, very stunning. Excuse my nail, by the way. These are all press-ons. For some reason this one came off, I lost it, and here we are. All right, so the two up here are actually cream glow type of blushes or highlighters, which is why it has this nice protective little fold. Let's try the cream glow. Feels very cushiony, so it's not super tacky or creamy or balmy. It's kind of in between. And the last one is the cream blush. These are all really pretty, stunning, wearable shades that would probably work for a multitude of different skin tones. I'm gonna put it to good use. All right, let's swatch the bronze palette. Again, $65. I'm gonna start with this shade here, go across, then down the row, boom, boom. This shade here is called True Copper, and it is literally so beautiful. This next shade feels very, very velvety on my finger. This one is called Suntan, also very nice. Get all that pigment payoff on my finger. Next one is Sundown. Really, really stunning. Can't complain. Ooh, this next one, Deep Dive, is like something I haven't really felt before. Wow, it swatches beautifully. Feels really unique. Do you see how wet it looks on my finger? Are you guys missing the swatch model? I noticed there were some comments on a couple of my other palette review videos. Some of you were concerned. Don't worry, he's here. He'll be back. Next shade is called Rhodium. Just feels so amazing on my fingers. This is gorgeous. Next we have Magma. Wow. High Degree. And here's Alloy. Next up, we have Ridge. Oh, that is cream galore. Next, we have True Bronze. Lord God. Here we have Gloomy, which was that crushed shade. Beautiful. Palladium. Unreal. The last three shades are Bliss. That's stunning. Silk. And my favorite shade name is Beach. Yes, one swipe. And I gotta say, Natasha Denona shadows, hands down, are the best swatching shadows in the industry. By far. Nothing even comes close. These shadows have that slide ability, like they go on and on and on, because I guess there's a lot of emollients. Emollients is what you need for that amazing glide. Everything performed. Everything swatched well. With the exception of maybe perhaps the second one. These swatches are so beautiful, I don't even want to get rid of them. Oh, but I gotta get rid of them. Okay. All right, and now let's jump right into this and let's create this look. Let's test out these shadows for real, for real. Fenty Beauty primer, and also I'm gonna need a mirror because this palette, although it does have a great mirror, it's not the lightest. Today I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty primer on both eyes. I'm not gonna test it without a primer. What should I do today? This is so pretty and these are such wearable colors. You can easily create a very glowy, very summery, bronzy look, or you can go all out. You can do something neutral, but very avant-garde because there are some really nice matte shadows. There's some nice darker shadows. But today I think, because I have the yellow and the gold happening, I kind of want to play around with those. I'm just gonna reach for this Morphe M504 brush and I'm gonna apply the shade Beach. I'm gonna start at like the outer portion and then just work that in. Notice how I'm applying the color on both eyes at the same time. I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm just working that into the groove, adding a bit of color, a bit of beachiness, and a bit of definition. Color is very, very soft, applies beautifully, blends out, sticks. I'm gonna take that shade and just extend that along my temple. Just flick that out towards my hairline. I'm keeping the mirror at a distance just because I'm working on a larger shape and I really want to see how it's gonna appear on my entire face rather than just the eye. And then just flicking that up into the brow bone, into the brow. Really want it to be an easy wash of color. Even though Natasha Denona colors are so pigmented, they're so punchy. Getting a wash out of them can actually be a little tricky sometimes. So that is really gorgeous. Could probably work as a warm bronzer for those of you who have a fair skin tone. But yeah, I like that. Next, I'm gonna take something a little bit more precise. Round crease with no name. Dip into this shade here called Ridge, which is a bit darker and a bit more olive. What I'm gonna do here is start emphasizing and deepening this area underneath my brow into my nose contour. I don't do this technique often, but sometimes I like to do this technique if I want to be extra bronzy looking. It just kind of gives this goddessy, almost early 90s supermodel vibes, especially if you work that into the brow and then into the nose. I'm gonna also work that shade into the outer crease just to kind of define that a little bit more. I'm also gonna flick it up just a smidge. These two colors so far are playing beautifully together. The shades are expertly picked. They're not just some orange trendy shades that someone slapped into a palette. No, these are smart. They work for skin tones, actual skin tones, and not just one skin tone. They work for a multitude of skin tones, a range of skin tones. I actually would love to see Natasha attempt a pastel palette because that will be very tricky for skin tones and for a range of skin tones, you know what I'm saying? But if anyone can pull it off, it's Natasha Denona, the eyeshadow queen herself. Mark my words. Gonna take that first shadow brush and just quickly blend some of those edges. You see how I have this like nice retro elongated sort of vibe happening? Almost like a 70s Cleopatra. Okay, that is my inspo for today. 70s Cleopatra. What should I do for the lid? Obviously, I want to do something super, super, super shimmery and bronzy. I really liked these three shades here. True Copper, Alloy, and True Bronze. They're all so similar. True Copper being just a little bit darker and True Bronze being just a little bit pinker. Ooh, silk is really nice too. Shoot, look at that silk on my pinky. What? I think I'm gonna plop that True Copper. Look at that, look at that. Literally one dip into the palette gives you an entire lid's worth of color. Granted, my lids aren't very large, so it doesn't take a lot of color for my lids to be covered, but wow, that is so impressive. And now let's take a little bit of that silk and let's layer that right on top for a pop. Oh, stunning. Lord God, pisses me off how stunning this is. Again, just one dip gives you that. How? These freaking shimmery shades, so beautiful, you guys. They're so beautiful. They're gonna make me cry. Stamping that silk onto the center for a little brightness and pop. Lovely. This is gonna be a little weird, but I'm just gonna rub these eyeshadows, whatever's remaining on my fingers, onto my arm because I don't want to waste them and I want a little glow on my arm. Matter of fact, let's just give myself a nice overall glow. You see that? Necessary. My legs too. Why not? If I had any more, I'd rub it in my hair too. Do you see that? Is there a difference? Don't judge. The crazy thing is, as sticky as this pigment is, it doesn't really stick onto my foundation. I can easily flick off any of that fallout, which there's not a lot of, by the way. I don't know how they do it. Next thing I want to do, I'm going to pick up that same shade Ridge. And first of all, I'm going to start applying that to my lower lash line. Kind of just packing that on and smudging that across. I can get away with using a brush that is this big on my under eye because my under eye is pretty flat. But if you have more texture in your under eye, then I would suggest grab a smaller brush and just detail it out. All right, next I'm gonna pull out that color to meet with that outer corner crease. You saw what I just did there? Just meeting that and then just flicking that out. Same thing on the other eye. Also, shadows like this, these matte olive tones, I find that they're a great hack color to masquerading your dark under eye. So if you smoke it out right here, kind of makes it appear like there's no bags at all. Doesn't work with every color, just depends on your skin tone and depends on your undertones. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Honestly, I kind of like this monochromatic eye look. I don't even want to add any dimension or create a crease or do anything too contrasting. I like this wash of just matte versus shimmer. I feel like it's just very fresh and unique. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little liner brush. This one is Sigma eyeliner. I'm gonna reach for Magma, which is a reddish brown shade. This was one of those wet ones. I am going to start adding that to my eye socket and then flicking that out, kind of like so. And same thing on the other eye. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I always try to do something different in each one of my review videos. I always try to do a different type of look. I don't want it to be just a smoky eye or just a cat eye or a foxy eye. I'm always trying to incorporate different elements and try a different technique and try a different type of look. I'm not sure if all of these looks are wearable or if you like all of them. I'm just doing that so that I don't get bored of the same technique. Also gonna add that shade to the outer half of the lash line and just wing it out, meeting with that shape. Flicking off the fallout. Again, not sticking. Thank you for that. And same thing on the other eye. This is a lovely shadow too. Oh my God. It would be so great alone across the lid and just smoked out a little because it has that really nice shiny factor to it, that wet appearance. I have a feeling it'll be a really great standalone reddish brown smoky. Why didn't I reach for that color first? Because it's not the inspo. It's not 70s Cleopatra. Okay, I went a little too far with this one, so I'm gonna have to do a little blending and a little bit of erasing. So that same brush that I used for the shade Ridge is what I'm gonna use here. Just literally blend out the edge and also pull it out. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the top, just blend it out, add that little bit of ridge so that it's a pinch smokier like that. Oh yes, 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 honey, yes. Let's do that here. Let's do that here. Why so good? Why? You know, some shadows are just such a pleasure to work with. They just make creating easier and they make it a lot more fun. So could this be Natasha's best palette? Outlook good. I take a bit of beach and just swirl that around to make it a little bit more blended. You know what I'm thinking? I might need a bit of that Magma right here. Not a lot, but just a hint. The tiniest little accent, right? And then blend that out. And I'm not gonna make them meet because that's not necessary. Literally just wanted that little bit of a groove. Oh, that looks so pretty here. Oh God, feeling myself so hard right now. Feeling myself so hard right now. And let's blend that. Let's appreciate that for a second. It's reminding me of those beaches, those Mediterranean beaches. Oh, those golden glistening sands. All the rich people on those beaches. Yeah, yeah, hi. Okay, I need a highlighter, and there's actually not too many lighter highlighter shades. There is that Silk, which is the color that I used in the center. That seems to be the lightest color in the palette. There's also Alloy, which I could definitely utilize, so let's do that. All right, gonna pick up a little bit of that Alloy. I'm gonna stamp that to the inner corner and then kind of blend it out in all directions, because this shade does lean a little bit yellow, but it's very pretty. Gonna run whatever's remaining on the brush through the brow bone, coming in very close to the brow and just adding that sparkle. I'm gonna set the palette aside for just a second. I'll be back, but I do want to bronze up and I want to use this Face Glow palette, my crushed version. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a bit of this Blush Glow. In my monitor, this color, although shiny, it leans just a little bit grayed out. So I'm gonna try to apply that a bit lower than I normally would, almost as a contour, you know? Just never use these types of colors for blush. All right, so just gonna kiss that cheek with that Blush Glow. Not my favorite color, if I'm being honest. A little too cool for my liking, but it's okay, I don't hate it. Okay, next I'm gonna take the Bounce Cream Glow on my ring finger. I'm gonna apply that a bit higher, not really sticking the way that I want it to. I mean, it's there, but it's not really there like I want it to be. That's fine. So now let's do the Super Glow Bronze. I'm gonna take a little Fenty brush here, dip that into here. Alexa, read me the notification.
One new notification from Amazon Shopping. Shower curtain has arrived.
Thanks, Alexa. Okay, this shade makes a little bit more sense for me. Apply that on top of that blush. It does stick nicely and does blend very easily as well. It kind of brought everything together, I feel. Still gonna work that into my hairline. Gonna blend that into my cheek. I don't know, maybe perhaps a bit too orange to use all over like the way that I'm doing. I don't know, to me, this is much more of an eyeshadow color than a face color. And we have tons of this version of eyeshadows in the eyeshadow palette. I haven't really found the bronze cheek face glow palette to be usable, honestly. And the one shade that I would use, the Super Glow Nude Highlighter, I gotta be really careful with that one. But let's add that on top. Well, that's really pretty. And I will make it work, I swear. Even gonna take a bit of that and add to my inner corner for that pop-up highlight. You see that? It's there. And also right here, just a little something. Next, let's swatch these Lip-Oh-Phorias. Starting with Tan Nude. Ooh, holy gorgeous. I like that these Lip-Oh-Phorias lip gloss bombs also feel very, very minty. So kind of cooling on the skin. Next up, we have Caramel. Brownie with a lot of gold flecks. And the final shade we have is Chestnut, which is like a chocolate brown with gold flecks. That is absolutely stunning. Hi! Now, obviously, these are all corresponding to a skin tone, a light, a medium, and a deep, but anyone can wear any of these colors. So I'm gonna go for all of these colors. I'm gonna apply a bit of Chestnut to the outer portion of my mouth. It is so beautiful and so pigmented. The wand is also super precise. So you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of creating an ombre. Next, I'm gonna go for Caramel. So pretty. Apply that a bit higher. Last color, I'm gonna take a bit of that Tan Nude. Slightly peachy undertones with some gold flecks. I'm gonna take that on my finger because I don't wanna dirty the wand. And I'm gonna plop that onto the center of my mouth. I'm shaking my head in disbelief. This is just so pretty. It's exactly what I was going for. Actually gonna add a little bit of caramel to the outer portion of my lips because I do want to lighten this look a pinch. I don't want it to be so dramatic and I don't want it to be so obviously ombre either. Love that. I need lashes. I need lashes. This is a must. Velour lashes in IDGAF. But first I gotta apply mascara. Waterproof mascara, real quick, real quick, real quick. Just like a little coat, you know? I really did grab a pair of these super voluminous lashes because I feel like this look needs some lashes. It should be lash heavy because there's a lot of monochromatic stuff going on. I'm gonna slap that on real quick. Gonna let these lashes dry and set a bit, but I definitely feel like the lashes pulled everything together and they gave me this amazing bronze goddess glamorous sort of vibe, especially with the earrings, with the lips, and even with the hair. Everything is kind of working together. Need to wipe that off before I literally ruin everything in this room. Okay, one last tiny final touch. You didn't think I was gonna do that, did you? I'm gonna reach back into Magma, this shade here. I'm gonna run a little bit of that underneath my lower lash line, just for a pinch more smokiness. I'm gonna run that all the way across and then meet with that line there. That will just bring everything together the way that I really want it to be. Just keeping it very tight, very close to the lash roots, and then pulling it out. Okay, you guys, this is my final look. And can you tell that I am feeling it so hard right now? looking at myself in the monitor, looking at myself in the mirror, looking at my camera directly at you. This look is a look that I love. It makes me feel really sexy, really powerful, empowered sort of, like I just won gold even though I used a bronze palette. It's just giving me the feels. It's just giving me all sorts of emotions. I like when everything works together, especially when products are so easy to use that they make it fun to use them. In using Natasha Denona's new bronze palette, I found myself having a lot of fun. Found myself sort of disconnecting from some of the realities of today's world, and I was just talking to you guys about the things that make me happy, such as colors, such as texture, such as makeup, and that felt good. This is an amazing palette. For $65, this is probably one of Natasha Denona's best palettes to date. The quality of these eyeshadows, it's out of this world. It's outstanding. It's just such a beautiful palette that anyone can use. It doesn't matter what your eye color is, what your complexion is, anyone can take this palette and create a look with it. Is that a cat hair in my mouth? Oh, there's just too much gloss, excuse. Nice job, Natasha, you killed this one. This is probably, it's probably one of my favorite palettes. Honestly, this is amazing and I can't wait to reach for it again. Like I just finished and I want to open it back up and I want to do another look with it. That never happens to me. I'm gonna give this palette a freaking 9.6 out of 10. That's the highest grade I've ever given on my channel to any product. The Lip-Oh-Phorias, gorgeous. Love these as well. For $26, I think these are awesome. Colors are super flattering for anyone, for everyone. Also, they feel really comfortable on the lips. Minty, kind of give your lips a sense of plumping, even though I'm not sure they do that, but they just look good. They feel amazing. Now that I've said all of that, let's move on to some not so good news. I did not love the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. For one, the only color that I found to be flattering and usable for me and for my complexion came in crushed, so I can't really use it. This shade, although pretty, was a little bit too orange and it was a little bit too similar to a lot of the eyeshadows that are included in this palette. I don't really see myself reaching for it. These, I don't know, I just don't get the payoff. So for $55, although this is beautiful, it doesn't really do anything for me. So that is my story and I am sticking to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look and this review on Natasha Denona's bronze collection, including the bronze palette. Let me know if you want to see a full face using all Natasha Denona products, because I do have her foundations right here, which I don't even think I've ever featured. Comment down below, let me know. I love you guys, you made it to the end. Mwah. I am zooming on out, you guys, so that you can hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Peace out, and check out some of my other videos right there. I put them for a reason.